We went up to Estes Park a few years ago and we had a blast, but how we just dealt with the tourist stuff is we just got up before the ass crack of dawn and just beat everybody into the park. So that's how you do it.
But then singing is a whole nother level for me, especially like doing it live and getting comfortable with doing that, playing guitar and singing at the same time. It's always just like crazy. It gets me excited, just like writing a song is always music first, and then when we have that done, it's like, all right, sit down and just try and write some hooks over it, some melodies over it, some lyrics. And that can just completely change what you thought the song sounded like. I mean, we started at the same time as around like Chemists and Primitive Man and even like Blood Incantation. And all three of those bands like blew up, They're all doing really well for themselves. And it's just a great sense of community, especially the heavy scene. Every show I go to that's at a mid-sized venue is packed and like rowdy. But yeah, it's hard to get to because the next big city is 8 hours away.
Cleveland and Denver are rock and roll cities for sure. Don't skip either one of those, man.
It's a little bit more boring, I feel, when you go to a show and there's three bands on the bill and they all sound exactly the same. On this new record that comes out in a couple weeks, people are saying it's almost like a little bit of a return to our earlier sound, but it still has that catchy, like 90s vibe I hear a lot that people say, but it's definitely angrier and noisier. But Taylor, the bass player, and I were there from the very beginning, and we actually met in college but remained friends. But yeah, we all met just through playing shows, playing in bands, and that's how it happens. I think just naturally hanging around in the community and the scene and sharing a love for going out and supporting music and writing together. This band with this lineup, we released a record May 2020, and then fucking the world shut down. We were about to, we planned our whole year with tours, and then the record just gets shelved practically. We don't even play it live. We don't even play it in the room until the demo's done. I think it can be way more, in my opinion, cost-effective, time-effective, and it's just a better way of organizing the writing process. Yeah, it's always scary. Even we've known each other forever, and I still have a little bit of self-conscious thing going on. Oh, man, I don't know if they're gonna like this. And then even just sending out the demo, is this lame? Are they gonna like it? You always second guessing yourself as a musician. And then you play it in the room and you feel the vibe out. Well, for this one, we don't name songs until the studio. We got up to song 24. We did 14 or 15 songs, but I think it's the best thing to do is to go into the studio with definitely more than a record, because the songs that you think are gonna make the record don't. If they don't turn out as good as you think they're gonna do, you never know. Like, you're not super happy with your vocal performance, or it's something just like, if it sounded like super unknown, every song's gonna make the record.
I got to see them. It was 96 Lollapalooza.
Wow.
Right up front, almost died in that pit. It was awesome. Seasons is one of the best songs ever written. I'm just gonna say that right now.
That guy, I think, was more the way he writes melodies and comes up with the most insane hooks over the most insane music, crazy time signatures and stuff like that, was a huge influence on me in high school. And this record, we were definitely pressed for time, which is just the most stressful thing any band can do.
Yeah.
Because it's, time is money, quite literally. But lately, live, dude, we are getting older and people are switching to these like solid state amps, and I think that they sound as good as tube amps. They're way more consistent. They weigh about 4 pounds. They're loud as hell. And every time we play, gearheads like come out to our shows. I'll die on that hill, dude. I swear to God. I think it sounds better than the Model T. It's really hard out there being a smaller band, and just the community is great, man. It's just a rewarding label and community to be a part of. Yeah, the dream is everyone wants to fucking be in a band full time, but the way the money and the industry is these days, it's near impossible, man. It's just getting harder and harder with all, I hear about the streaming shit, make no money on royalties, and touring is not as easy as people age, and the money gets harder too. And some guy starts a war with Iran and jacks up fucking
That's-
gas prices up to $6. It's fucking hard. So like it gets harder and harder. We're all in our mid-30s, and but we don't do it because of money, man. If we did it because of
Sure.
money, we'd just be so dumb
Yeah.
because we don't make any.
Right.
We're passionate about the music. We fucking love playing live, and we're down for the adventure as well to do some tours and stuff. We're rocking in fucking black jeans, and it's 100 degrees and 100% humidity. Dude, call the ambulance. And it's a theme throughout the record, is kind of just feeling like you're losing your fucking mind. And because it's like, it's not really like lunatic, but it has, going to the loony bin, just feeling like you're fucking losing your mind. And when you take a chance and record something and you hear it back through the speakers, you're like, oh shit, this thing sounds like a hit. But on a whole level, I think it's a very honest and unique kind of a record. And we don't want to write the same record 2 times in a row. And I think we definitely succeeded.
Rock and roll's kind of always been in the underground. And I think that
Totally.
community, I think what I'm doing here and what you guys are doing and all the other bands and Blues Funeral and everybody, we're building a community.
I recorded it in the studio, and it actually, holy shit, that's exactly what I was talking about when I had no idea then. As like dumb as it sounds, it's like this crazy spiritual thing that just enters me and comes out, and it leaves everything open to interpretation. And one day it might not mean anything, but then it all clicks like all of a sudden. I think a lot of it was vocally had to happen, where I want to match the intensity of the music, but also be able to write a kick-ass chorus that is just earworm kind of a thing. So when I get in these ruts of struggling with writing a song, I'll just tune my guitar to something ridiculous. And that's what I did. I tuned the guitar to EECDAD, which is the dumbest tuning ever. It's like a Sonic Youth or a weird Soundgarden style tuning.
You got to keep the
It's so
joy
fun.
of playing that way. You got to
Yeah.
experiment, treat it like a toy, and then get your skill as you go. But yeah, dude, fucking around with weird tunings is fun. But I heard that Chris Cornell actually, I don't know what the condition was that he had. I can't remember what the condition is called, but he could hear in colors or something like that.
Maybe next one we'll just do live, and it's just, you got to keep it fresh and fun. And I think that's the way to progress as a musician. Honestly, the nervous part is like just the logistics of making sure that we're going to get there and making sure that we're going to have gear, all that stuff, just making sure that like our van, like we're driving ourselves on the right side of the road,
Oh my God.
and
Yeah.
so all that stuff, just the dumb like logistical stuff, because usually bands go out there with tour managers, and we're doing it ourselves, man, trying to be as cost efficient as possible.